So this is our usual appointment to review the fashion show and decipher the emerging trend using our powerful data. We will start from a quick intro about Livetrend, and then we will go to a quantitative analysis of the assortment of the fashion show, and then we will deep dive into a 6th trend story with the key look, details, accessories to recap the top trends of the season. A short intro for the ones that are joining us for the first time. So we are Livetrend, the first data-driven platform providing both trend analysis and competitive intelligence to capitalize on the right trends to produce, buy, and sell more bestsellers and less unsold goods. I am Barbara Maiocchi, and I am CEO and co-founder of Livetrend. And today I will be presenting this webinar with Simona Iampieri and 2 of our new teammates, Irene and Sabrina.
Hi, hello everyone.
At Livetrend, we are pioneer of data-driven trend forecasting, and we rely on artificial intelligence to detect and track the trend on the most influential sources. As the market, analyzing more than 70,000 products per week on e-commerce, the fashion show with more than 50,000 products per season, and on Instagram with more than 3 million images per month. You can imagine that this amount of information is impossible to gather manually, and that's why we develop our technology to give the most comprehensive and reliable information to make the right decision. So with AI, we have automatized the time-consuming tasks to free time for creativity and strategy. So you can avoid basing your strategy on intuition, being more efficient and even more sustainable, producing the right product for your consumers. Today, we are able to analyze more than 1,040 fashion attributes, and we analyze them from images and text, as you can see in the hashtags that you can see near the silhouette. And we track their visibility and behavior to predict the future with an exceptional reliability. Livetrend is a collaborative platform designed for designer, merchandisers, product manager, buyers, marketers. We can stay up to date with the trends from the forecasting to real-time analysis and being able to go from global trends to a personalized vision of their own market. Today, with Livetrend, we can be more effective, making the right data-driven trend decision and increasing bestsellers, while you can reduce your unsold stocks and reduce also all the timeless discounts that kill your margins. So if you would like to add more information about our methodology, feel free to write into the chat some question, and Miriam, that has joined the team as account manager, will take your question and we can answer to all of this at the end of the presentation. As we are fashion innovators, we are at the forefront of fashion tech, and we have been among the first using generative AI. This image generation, with this technique, with this technology, we can turn our million of data about trend into tangible product images, helping our clients to better visualize the future. This is an incredible technology, and we can generate new product design, new silhouettes, and also editorial images, fusing the right ingredient. As you can see here, we use some of the top trends of the show that you can see on the left, and then we prompt them into text to create the new image on the right. That is a completely new style. If you like to have more information on how to leverage AI for your collection, feel free to contact us at the email you will find at the end of the webinar. But now let's start with, of course, the fashion trend. And now I give the microphone to Sabrina.
Hello, everyone. I am Sabrina, and I recently joined the Livetrend team as a junior trend analyst. And I will now illustrate a brief summary of the key emerging trends from Spring/Summer 25's recently closed fashion shows. And those will deeply be displayed through data and images during the course of the presentation, indeed. So deciphering the key messages of the Spring/Summer 25 fashion shows, we can see how fashion is translating indeed a complex social and economical landscape that is getting ever harder to read. So Spring-Summer 25 brings the banner of the polycrisis environment that we inhabit today. So not only an economical crisis, yet a more generalized loss of certainties. This considered, fashion brands have been indeed playing safe, so no revolution is in sight. There has been a certain level of homogeneity and repetitiveness in the choice of styles, colors, and key elements. The current shaping of new behavioral cultural patterns for our society is anchored in reality, so in the routine of work that allows us to maintain just a few summer escapades, weather permitting. Humbleness takes over, and there is just a little space for indulging in this tropical escapism or bubbly summer fun that we are used to. The shows are predicting a muted summer that is victimized by an impending office call, which is something that we're used to see for fall-winter collections instead. And then again, masculine tailoring, which gets us distant from creative forms of self-expression, and alongside the return to a conservative vintage ladylike style, which is still sometimes reimagined with a more fun and ironical gaze. As often happens in times of uncertainty, there is a clash of contradictory attitudes. So either we take shelter in the cuddly nostalgia of previous times, so looking back at more traditional shapes, colors, elements, or we embrace the chaos and the absurd, as it has been, for example, done by Miu Miu with its encore corded show, which mixes clashing elements like the sporty raincoats and the embellished second dress. And something similar has been done by other brands such as Number 21 and Rabanne as well. So in this uncertainty, let's find clarity in data thanks to this through Livetrend analysis, which I leave you to.
Thank you very much, Sabrina. So just to go in deep in this data, I just want to give you the big picture of this presentation that is the result of analyzing 225 shows from the 4 fashion capitals with approximately 52,000 products scanned. For the ones that are not familiar with our data, in this presentation, we will highlight the visibility of the trends, that is the number of looks on the show presenting a specific fashion attributes. Then you will see a percentage that is the growth index of the trend, considering the trend visibility on the catwalk compared to Spring-Summer 24. And also some graph, like the one you can see here for Color Block, representing the trend evolution over the past 3 seasons. So using our algorithm, we are able to cross-reference several sources and predict trend behaviors and life cycles as that we classify from edgy trends to safe, stable, until to the last call ones, as you can see in the legend in this slide. So just remember a little bit of these, icons, because you will find it during the presentation. So starting from a quantitative analysis of the global assortment of the show, we can see in the chart the Spring-Summer 25 global assortment compared to the Spring-Summer 24, showing how the different categories are moving toward Summer 25. Tops and dresses remain the biggest category. Trousers are taking 15% over the range, and are divided between wide leg, slightly decreasing, and hot pants, drastically rising. Tailoring remains a big trend with a focus on blazers with plus 10% growth compared to last summer, with masculine oversized blazers rising by 47%. And if we talk about the casual jackets, products to focus on will certainly be windbreakers and suede zip-up, as you can see in the pictures. Jerseys are also demonstrating a comeback after several shirt seasons, and t-shirts and polos are rising by 44%, probably because they are also easy entry price product to attract customers and have that today have less purchasing power due to inflation. So maybe that is also why t-shirts are rising in the fashion. So, And a last entry as an early sign, we have tracked jumpsuits that are taking the stage for Spring/Summer 25. So for our client, you can already access all the category trend reports from the fashion show in our platform. Then, talking about colors, this season has been dominated by no color, as Sabrina anticipates in the intro. When I mean no color, I mean black, white, neutrals that have been dominating the color range, taking approximately 60% of the collection, as you can see in the same, graph where you can compare SS25 to SS26. Surprisingly, while during winter 24, the pastel colors has been rising, for summer, the true protagonists have been neutrals. So from beige to gray, they are rising more than double compared to summer 24 show. White has been an important color, especially for dresses. And in this sea of neutral, we can see delicate pastels in more than 700 looks. Brown has also took its space in the show with really dark shade, we have to say, and counterbalancing also this pastel in visibility, and it grew by 79%. Pinks remain interesting highlight, even though they are rather pastels and nude, and red are also proving to be a stable trend. Why interesting shades are the grays that have been really stretching from olive to pastel to acid, and they are really leading the color with a grow, very high grow. Oh, sorry, there's an error because it's 42%, if I'm right. Then blue, it's always a great classic, but it's giving us sign that there's really a clear shift towards cyan. And lastly, there's also yellow that are popping from pastels to more flashy tones. But let's have a look at the color families, because it's also interesting to see what are the big shifts. And monochrome are definitely decreasing, giving more space to color blocking. And that's a clear shift that we already predicted 1 year ago and spotted in early sign during the winter show. I don't know which one of you were at our last show presentation, but they were really popping up like an early sign. And then we can compare also bold to pastels, because these bold accents are really, contrasting these romantic soft pastels that remain both stable, but as you can see in the number of looks and the visibility, there's not a clear direction. There's not a parti pris, as we said in French. Everything is quite in the same, range. Then let's have a look at the top materials. So having a global look at the assortment, of course, it's evident with this big tailoring trend that all the draperies are very important in the range, and also rising by 64%, but it was a little bit divided into this very masculine draperie, then the sheers and the embellished materials. So plain fabrics have been dominating the show in number of look, but when it comes to adding something special, something fancy, here there's an incredible range of proposal, from metallic sequins, jewel embroidery, fringes, feathers. Globally, you need to surprise your client with something special. That's the message. We can see also as satin will continue to be a protagonist of your sourcing, while you'll need to find new guipure lace that, of course, it's getting really important, and also translating this more intimate, introspective mood, where our fragility and weaknesses are exposed by transparent fabric and refined as lace. So as I was telling before, for our client, you can access all materials and print reports in detail in the platform. And then I will let Irene talk about this recap of the top fashion show silhouettes.
Yes, hello everyone, I'm Irene, and I recently joined the team as a junior trend analyst, and today I want to share with you the top silhouette that our artificial intelligence detected through more than 200 fashion shows. So First, let's discuss the men's tailoring silhouette. In case that there were 1,389 looks featuring this men's tailoring silhouette, reflecting a remarkable 64% growth compared to last year. And as strong as the tailoring statement, we have detected the micro silhouette. And this is particularly interesting because this very short lens contrasts sharply with the long silhouettes that prevailed in consumer interest during the past seasons. The key elements of this micro trend include hot pants, often resembling panties, and as well mini dresses and skirts. Our data here reveals that this silhouette was featured in nearly 1,800 looks, marking a 41% rise from the previous year. Additionally, we noted a significant rise in full volume dresses and pants that drives to a specific balloon shapes for the spring-summer 25 season. And our clients should have already seen this shape as an early sign in the platform, and that indeed these shows are the confirmation that this is coming to the market for the spring-summer 25. And last but not least, layering continues to be a prominent trend, and we recorded indeed 208 looks that incorporated layering, showing a 5% increase from last year. This season, layering is particularly prevalent due to the wide variety of garments made from sheer textiles, and it makes a natural consequence for the designer choices. Thank you.
Thank you, Irene. So now I will guide you into the fashion trends. So hello again, everybody. I'm very happy for you to be attending this TRENDSTORMING. I will guide you through our 6 trends from the SS25 shows. But now let's dive into the first one, which is a powerful one that speaks volumes about the modern woman. And it's called formal power, as you can see. This big trend, showcased by iconic brands like Saint Laurent, Bottega Veneta, Stella McCartney, embraces the boldness of women's traditional through tailoring and menswear-inspired silhouettes. So picture these: empowered women stepping onto the runway, styled in oversized two-pieces that exude confidence, with sharp shoulders and wide-leg, low-rise pants. These designs command attention and redefine what it means to be both fierce and sophisticated. So these outfits are not just clothing, they represent a mindset. They reflect an independent woman who is business-oriented and ready to dominate any space she enters. So the max-sized silhouette symbolizes strength, making a statement that she is here to be seen and to be heard. And let's remember also that fashion is a powerful form of expression. It's not only about aesthetic, but it's more about empowerment. And in today's society, being office-coded and androgynous represents a bold statement against traditional gender norms and the tendencies to sexualize women. In a landscape where women's skills are often overshadowed by their appearance, adopting an androgynous style offers, and also masculine one, offers a power of a counter-narrative. So I leave it to Barbara to enjoy our first trend story.
Yeah, you're just telling the story of my life, so I was attracted by your speech. But okay, let's go to the formal power key pieces. So we can see how tailoring, it's a very big trend, starting from these boyfriend's blazers with its masculine appeal. They can be single or double-breasted. What is important is that it really looks like it's your dad or boyfriend's blazer with this oversized shape, with bold shoulder, and they are quite long, as you can see in the image here, the one, for example, from Bottega Veneta. Tailoring pants are, of course, a big trend, of course, because it goes well also with the blazers, and it has a huge visibility and an astonishing raw index. Oh yes, I just have to say that if you look at the slide, the coolest shape is definitely the low rise this time. Then have a look at the key elements. So you can see that the draperie, it's from gabardine to frescolana or polyviscose, are one of the most present fabrics in the show, and it's a bit uncommon, as we already said with the girls, because it's not really what we expect for summer collection. And perfectly fitting the tailoring trend, pinstripes are rising by 52% to last year, used for blazers, pants, skirts, but also, as you can see, for cotton shirts and silk blouses.
And now our spotlight on accessories. So first, let's talk about the heeled moccasin. That is a daring reinterpretation of a classic menswear footwear, which subverts expectation. And this particular case, for example, is featuring angular and square designs that emphasize a sleek and austere look. So these shoes convey a strength and sophisticated allure and allows women to walk confidently while making a bold statement. And the next up is our sleek top handle bag. With its minimalistic design, this accessory offers a clean and polished appearance, and it's perfect to align to this empowered aesthetic that we are celebrating. But lastly, let me open a window on these geek chic glasses, because this trend emerged as a fascinating counterpoint to the traditional office siren narrative, which is a trend where women power has often been linked to their looks, so to their sexiness. Instead, here the focus is shifting towards a more intellectual and nerd-inspired femininity. So these classes are more embracing a chic and smart aesthetic, allowing women to express their confidence and creativity without sacrificing professionalism. And then I'll present you also our second trend, which is romantic boohoo. So about this trend, when interviewed after the show, the creative director of Chloe, Shemina Kamali, said that she wanted to capture the longing for summer and the way that summer makes us feel. And she also referred to the collection as the Freedom Collection. And I think that this is what really this story is about, because it's remixing that romantic, nostalgic vibe for a free-spirited woman. So this carefree woman is dressed in flowy balloon shapes, as Irene mentioned before, and she wears some faded colors, which are embracing the big white moment, especially for dresses, but are also exploring neutrals, nudes, dusty peachy tones. And of course, these color accents are certainly evoking an endless summer vibe. And this is what we need to shift towards a more slow lifestyle. And the collection also includes angelic lace, which also radiates with a sense of soft sensuality, but also mixes it with maxi floral dresses that resonates with the nostalgic blues. So as you can see, this is a very romantic collage that is opposite to what we exploited before with former power, because the romantic boohoo trend is not about dressing for power in a traditional sense, but rather embracing a softer and more intimate kind of power in a world when gender dynamics are being redefined, and we are seeing that a lot, especially during these shows. These trends reflect the idea that strength can coexist also with vulnerability, and that beauty and softness can be empowering, can set us free. And now I leave to Barbara for the key element.
Yes, thank you, Simona. So the key pieces for this romantic bow are certainly fluid and voluminous. The trend here is taking, of course, this fluidity, as I said, and sometimes it's also kept its military details, but globally it's more like a long duster, so very fluid and light. As an early sign, we have spotted this new balloon shape, as we have seen on the silhouette that Irene illustrated before. These shapes are for dresses, bottoms, and also for skirt and pants, as you can see in the picture, and it's bringing a new vibe and a new appeal to this bohemian trend. If I go quickly to the key elements, so here we can see really how, you know, these guipure and lace are very important. The silhouette here are playing with femininity and also so the fabric. So if we talk about print, we have detected nearly 3,040 prints globally in the fashion show. And as you can see here, the visibility of florals represent basically half of the pattern assortment. So the trend is moving away from this blurred digital flower that we have seen in the past. And they are more classic design, vintage, and inspired by your granny interiors. And of course, the flowers are also the motif that you can see in the guipure lace.
And also now we discovered accessories for this trend that complementing the free-spirited and romantic bohemian look. So to start with, the strappy sandal has been seen across 77 looks, feature ankle straps that wrap around the foot, creating a delicate and feminine feel. So this pair of shoes is paired often with flowy dresses and skirts, and it's also mixing this grounded, natural look with a more romantic and intimate appeal. The second one is the boohoo bucket, and is an essential for this trend story because these bags are characterized by their soft, slouchy shapes, and they are very relaxed and casual vibes, but at the same time, they include details like fringes, tassels, natural textures, and maybe charms, so they are further enhancing the carefree, but also artistic essence of the romantic boohoo look. And then lastly, for our dual accessory, we have a long necklace, which were seen across 134 looks. And these necklaces often come in layers or feature bold, oversized pendants, and they are adding an extra touch of elegance and movement to the outfit. So they really align with the layering trend of necklaces that is typical of the boohoo freedom and the boohoo spirit. And now I will guide you through our third theme, which is actually an interesting journey. And it's a journey where we explore one of the most captivating trend shift of the SS25 fashion shows. We called it Ethereal Future. And this trend is championed by brands like Sportmax, Delcore, Anteprima, and is all about embracing a soft utility utopia, but with an interesting twist. Here, outdoor elements are seamlessly blended with a dreamy, ethereal vibe. But imagine sheer, translucent fabrics in pastel shades, dancing in breeze, and then contrasting sharply with practical rainproof materials and utility jackets. It's an interplay between fantasy and functionality, which is delicate but prepared for anything. And here, the glitz and the shimmer is scattered throughout this trend, add the wow factor, because you can actually see it's drawing our eyes to what lies beneath the windbreaker. It's a fringe sequin dress. It's a sign that we are starting to leave the moment of conformity behind us. I think we are slowly stepping into a new creative era, even if it feels fragile. There is a tension it's some sort of disturbing factor, as I like to call it, and a subtle sense of imbalance that's here on purpose. It's some sort of silent opulence which is rising beneath the parkas and the outdoor jacket and is waiting to be noticed. And that's what makes this trend so powerful, because it's soft, it's futuristic, but it carries an undercurrent of boldness, which is ready to make a statement when the world is ready to listen. So let's see.
Very nice, Simona. Thank you very much. So as key pieces of the ethereal future, we really want to represent the contrast between a quiet, outdoorsy and utilitarian vibe with these windbreakers rising by 59% and the futuristic and dressy silver dress taking 39% more visibility to last year. It's been very interesting, as Simona said, to see so many looks presented those two elements combined. So those silver dress with a very technical or parka, windbreaker or parka on top. So that was really a novelty. If we are looking at the key element for this trend, we can see a very soft and refined element, and it's clearly mixing some of these minimal and utility element to the vibe is really dreamy and soft. So it's really, you know, a contrast. And thanks to this sheer material, they're really playing on layering. That's another keyword of the season. And you can see, of course, in the picture from Acrylic with this, you know, technical sporty mesh to Sportmax with this fantastic color layering, and also with those jewels that you can see underneath. And globally, a lot of brands played with transparency, making these fabrics rise by 52% to last year. And of course, a key element of the ethereal future trend is the pastel colors. Enhanced by the transparency, they are really soft and muted compared to the last seasons.
Thank you, Barbara. And so here also in the accessories, we can see how in this theme we are blending elegance with this futurism. So first we have the boxer shoe, which was featured by brands like Stella McCartney and Dior, for example, which pushes the boundaries of footwear with futuristic shapes and lengths. So these shoes are offering a streamlined and almost architectural silhouette, giving a nod to top sport-inspired aesthetic, and also presenting a sleek and modern design. So this unique way of creating new form of embracing the foot and then playing with lengths is making them an essential piece in this trend's evolution, because it's transforming utility into something more imaginative and more futuristic. And then next to it, we see the alien glasses, we call it like that, and they were popularized by the Loewe runway for sure, adding a striking and also non-human twist to eyewear, because these glasses break away from the traditional shapes. They are distorted, they are amorphous, and they are not actually aligning to design norms. And the result is an accessory that feels a bit otherworldly, but also avant-garde. And also our shoe add-on, we can call it maybe a soft accessory, we call it soft shoe protector. And I think, for example, here, the one that we saw at Del Core is very explicative of what we are talking about, because it offers an inventive fusion of a style that it's elegant, but now it becomes also practical, because it's a sleek pump and it's very elegant, very sophisticated, and then it got this rainproof layer, which is turning an formal kind of footwear into something that is very versatile. And it's also, we can say, prepared for everything. And I think here we can have our little reflection on climate changes and this kind of futuristic apocalyptic vibe, but I leave it for you to reflect on yourself. And then I move to our fourth theme, which is Prepster League. And our fourth theme is a trend which is mostly brought to life by the iconic brand like Miu Miu, which is always playing with this ironic and youthful motif, joined also by other iconic brands. And it's all about mixing sports with preppy styles to create a youthful and lively aesthetic inspired by these college motifs. So it's fun, it's fresh, and it's also full of energy. I think what makes Prepster League really stand out this season is its playful embrace of this childish vibe, because the micro silhouette here is a key element, but we see, like, we call them hot pants, and we saw they are really rising and they're really dominating this season. But here they also have some sort of like baby pant, baby twist, because we are kind of adults playing to be teenagers again. It's about layering different knitwear, or also shortening everything, or playing with contrast. So we are mixing tiny silhouettes with long coat, or like oversized coat, or like man coat, and this is creating a look that is both prim and proper, but it's also fun. It's like some sort of soft brat, we can say, to be in trend with the past season. And I think that this trend invite us to relive that youthful spirit that we have, combining sporty elements with preppy charm. And this reminding us that fashion is not just about clothes, but also it's about self-expression. So I think we need to get ready to embrace this vibrant self that this trend is trying to explore.
Great. Let's have a look at the key pieces. So here for the Prepster League, we were quite intrigued by seeing how some strong trends today are still big riser for Spring Summer 25. As you can see, this pieces like the polo that are particularly with these horizontal stripes are playing in between, college, rugby, and retro vibe. And they are rising by 105%. So it's very big if you think that the visibility they already have today. And as Simone already mentioned, another unavoidable trend of the show has been the hot pants from Miu Miu to Casablanca. A lot of brand presents, let me call it panties, even underneath oversized blazers, and like there were no bottom at all. So as mentioned before, we can see also in key elements as this horizontal stripe would be a safe trend, especially on jerseys and knits. And as a top material, suede has been spotting many influential brands in the ready-to-wear as in the accessory range.
Thank you, Barbara. And now on the accessories for Prepster League, of course, being a very youthful trend, they play a huge role in completing the look and being creative on this. So first we have the block sneakers. We've already seen a very big trend on the comeback of retro court sneaker. And here, of course, there is a nod to retro sports revival. These sneakers are very slim, but they also play in different sizes or different proportions. And they are often in color blocks, and they are also carrying this nostalgic vibe, bringing back this athletic vibe, but from the old days. So they are infusing the past with a more modern, more preppy twist. Then there is the maxi tote bag, which ties directly into this college vibe that we mentioned before, because it's oversized and it's practical. And so this tote is the ultimate campus accessory, we can call it like that, because it's perfect for carrying everything we need, from books to gym gear, embodying everything with functionality, but also style. And then finally, we have the boat shoe, which is a timeless classic, and it's holding stable on the SS25 runways. And it perfectly captured the preppy and polished vibe, and it's also making the go-to footwear for a clean, refined touch when we talk about sporty and preppy. So these are the accessory we selected for this theme. But let's move to the fifth theme, which is retro clash. So to talk about this trend, I think we need to discuss about what everyone has been asking after this fashion show season, which I think was what is really going on in fashion now, because it was really difficult to decipher. And I think the answer here can be retro clash, because it means that this trend is the standout of the season, as the past is meeting the future, but it's in unexpected ways. So it's inspired by the unconventional Prada show, but also it's about pairing elements you wouldn't normally see together. Think about like ladylike elegance, but with an ironic and kind of awkward twist. So it's like 60s satin coat styled with chunky striped scarf, like just numero 21 did. So it's retro, it's clashing, and it's all about contrasts. But after this, the magic of retro clash isn't just in the clothes, it's in the attitude, it's in the styling. So this trend has a playful and irreverent take on fashion. So while the vibe may be rooted in the 60s, where everything was prim and ladylike, the fun lies in how these looks are now being mixed and matched and turned on another hand. So it's nostalgic, but it's also daring, and it's making us rethink the boundaries of what retro means, and also what ladylike means. But I want to mention also that we are seeing actually a resurgence of creativity, which is difficult now to interpret because it's still fragile. But in ethereal future, we saw that creativity is moving towards thinking about the future. Here, retro clash is offering a unique opportunity to revisit the past, reinterpret the past, and bring out creativity through this. So contrasts are key, and it's very exciting. It's a very exciting new way to keep fashion fresh through something that we are already used to something that it's a revival. So it's going to be fresh and fun, but above all, it's being very unpredictable. So I think this is the key of this trend. And now I leave it to Barbara.
Yeah, because of course this retro clash trend, as you said, Simona, is really translating a little bit also what designers are, trying to understand what consumer wants. So nothing and everything at the same time. So why don't we give them all and then just, style them in a new way? Yeah, there's a lot of very interesting, thought that we can have on this retro clash. And here you can see how the key pieces can be also something very commercial, not to be, crazy, the single pieces, but it's how they put together the look that really create the clash. So here we decide to show you two key pieces, one inspired to the retro vibe of the trend, so with 16 spies mini dress rising by 40%, and the other one follows the ladylike vibe that it's still very present with pencil skirts rising by 203% to last year. And then here in this Prada look, you can even see how this new, contamination of other styles, of this clashing from this really retro and 60s, print with this very strange rise and very strange belt. Let's talk about the key elements. Here we can see satin still rising by 174% to last year. So of course it's a safe bet for spring summer 25. And on the other end, the big brands are also, they also want to surprise their client with very special fabrics and embellishments. That this season we have seen a lot of sparkling effect, rising more than 200%, and ranging from paillettes to jewels. And the accessories.
And then moving to accessories, we can see for shoes how the two vibes are dividing. So we have the preppy Mary Jane, which is really speaking retro vibes, and then we have the sling back, which is really speaking lady. But also, if you saw, for example, the reference of numero 21, you have this thick zipper on the point of the shoes, and then there is this dainty bow, romantic bow on top. So it's actually creating a clash also on the shoe. And then we have this bag, and the clash it's all here, because the charm bag is a very delightful accessory that really enhances self-expression. So everything becomes a potential keychain, and it's celebrating individuality and personalization, but also the thing that Barbara mentioned before, but that I think it's really important. So everything, nothing. You can use everything to make a charm out of it, and you can personalize your bag with whatever from all the decades, from all the styles available, because it needs to be a clash. This needs to be the new start. So I think this also can be a really nice topic of conversation.
Yeah, and Simona, you cannot buy a new bag, you just can buy new charms.
Exactly. So it's also very commercial if you think about it.
Yeah, it's accessories.
And then I will introduce you to our last trend. Sadly, we're almost done. So now we have our craft resort. This trend is a celebration of high summer. You can see it from the colors and from the type of product that we presented. It's much more resort vibe, and it's drawing inspiration from rich earthy tones like dark browns and sienna, and it's infusing them with some vibrant splash of colors here and there. You will see maybe after with the key products and key elements. And this trend encapsulates a new artisanal wave that prioritizes craftsmanship but also seductive femininity. So there are flowing dresses, but more elegant, drapey, asymmetric, more sophisticated than the one that we saw in the romantic boho. And here they are featuring more like sexy details like plunging necklines, or also more special and exuberant details like fringes and intriguing twists. So each piece here actually tells a story of meticulous craftsmanship and attention to details to highlight the beauty of artisanal techniques. And as we embrace this trend, we can anticipate that a significant cultural shift towards valuing sustainability is actually happening. And this is why this artisanal wave, it's actually present or subtly present, but it's actually growing. And it's a movement that invites us to appreciate the artistry behind each piece of clothing. So it's representing a cultural awakening that celebrates the intersection between femininity and craftsmanship. And you can actually see how this is presented from the fashion shows.
So let's have a look at the key pieces, because when we talk about, of course, the craftsmanship, we can talk about also draped dress, because it's a very ancient also technique. And we can see how this is a stable trend, but in very interesting and important and different way, draping was important for dress. And of course, as Simona already said, another very important detail was the plunging neckline. We have spotted plunging neckline on dress, but also on top, as it's bringing, of course, this femininity that everyone, also wants to show, and not just, this masculine attitude that we have seen in the first trend. And as you can see, it's rising by 153%. And if we go to the key element, of course, here fringes, they are very important, rising by more than 100%. It's a very big trend on accessory, but also on dresses. And it also worked on quite a symmetrical way and in different kind of fabric. So it's really an important detail for the next season. And of course, stripes, because as we said before, there were not a lot of patterns, and of course stripes were one of the biggest trend in pattern that we have spotted. And as you can see here, played in different way and still keeping these crafty elements in accessories and also in ready to wear.
And now for accessories, I think here you can really see the blend between craftsmanship but also sophistication. So we have the weaved shoe, which is featuring intricate weavings, details from brands such as Roberto Cavalli or Bottega Veneta. And these shoes are making a powerful statement by embodying the raw and sophisticated vibe of this trend. And it's for sure a standout accessory that complements the seductive femininity that we discussed before. And then there is the fringe bag, because it's bringing an elevated flair to this craft resort trend. And the abundance of fringes adds a movement and dimension to this accessory, and is making the bag a dynamic accessory which captures attention. And it's very much of a statement accessories, we can say, but not as much as it is our last one, which is a jewel. And it's what we call an opulent link, because it's bringing a bold and also artistic, in some sort of way, a bold touch to this trend. One standout piece we can see, and we can say, of course, it's Missoni, because it's featuring these entangled links that it's mixing a necklace with a bracelet, and it's combining the two of them that are these two big circles in gold. So it's really showcasing how the jewel can make the extra touch to this trend, which, yes, it's about craftsmanship, but also, as I said before, a new kind of femininity, which is more sophisticated.
Oh, great. We've finished for today with our trend recap of the show. So I hope you will rely on our objective insights and reliable data-driven analysis to invest in the right trends and build successful collection. In this difficult economical context, adapting to unpredictable consumer demand and inflation, and as we see also this chaotic fashion show, We are here to help, so we can really see how our expertise has become crucial to getting the trend right, but also the quantity right with the right, product mix. So why stop here when you can take your collection to the next level? So for our client on our platform, you can already find all the fashion show analysis really down by category. And if you aren't a Livetrend client yet and you would like to get all the trends inside, you can contact me for a demo of the platform or a specific presentation, for example. We can study all the relevant trends for your brand, crossing the fashion show trends with the data coming from your own market, for example. So really personalizing all the data that you have seen in the presentation. And if you want to push innovation even further, we are available to generate your future bestsellers with AI. So turning our million of data into concrete images of product that you can use internally for your workshops, focus group, or on your social media to test the appeal of a product before even designing it. As you can see, all the pictures that you have on the right are generated with the top trends of the fashion show. And if you want to meet the team, these are the next events that we are attending. So the 30th October, we will be at Forum Retail in Milan, where I will be presenting a conference on how to leverage AI to increase bestsellers and reduce the overstock. So you can contact Miriam to get your free invitation through Livetrend. So this event is in Milan. And for the one that are in Paris, the 26th and 27th November, we will be at Tech for Retail. And so do not hesitate to contact Miriam to fix an appointment during the fair. So thank you very much to all the attendees today. We had more than 250 people registered, so we are very happy of your interest from all around the world, because I know a lot of you and clients, so I can see we are going from Greece to north of Africa to France to Italy. So thank you very much. We are very proud of our success, but it's thanks to you and the result that we have with our clients. And now it's the time for your questions. So feel free to ask. It's really your time now. So if you have any question about the trends, about the methodology, or you just want to say hello, you can switch on your microphone and we will be very happy to answer to you.